Dito nagsisimula ang opisyal na pagdinig ng kasong ito. Sa ating pagsisimula, tandaan natin na ang impeachment ay patungkol sa pananagutan sa bayan. Kaya't marapat lamang na balikan natin ang ating panunumpa. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill my duties, preserve and defend the Constitution, execute its laws, do justice to every man, and consecrate myself to the service of the nation. Madaling bigkasin, pero mahirap panindigan. Hindi ito simpleng ritual. Ito ay isang pangako, isang panata ng pananagutan, hindi lamang sa batas, kung hindi sa bayan. Let me lay out the agenda for today. First, we establish the ground rules or the guidelines, not as obstacles, but as safeguards. Their purpose is simple: to maintain order, to allow clarity, so that truth may emerge unimpeded. Ang patakaran ay hindi hadlang sa katotohanan. Ito ang daan upang ito'y malinaw na lumitaw. Second, we move to the initial hearing. Opisyal po nating buksan ang pagdinig sa impeachment na ito. Third, and as part of this initial hearing, we act on pending motions, request for subpoenas, and set the schedule for the next hearings. At the core of these proceedings is probable cause. That is the objective of these hearings. We shall determine whether there is probable cause for impeachment. Ngunit, paano ba natin masasabi na merong probable cause? Let us be clear. This is not the probable cause of criminal procedure. Impeachment is not a criminal trial. It is a constitutional and policy exercise entrusted not to the courts, but to the House of Representatives. As we have seen in previous proceedings against Ombudsman Mercedes Gutierrez, the classical legal definition of probable cause was not applied. And for good reason. Impeachment calls for judgment, not mere calculation. It asks not only what can be proven, but what can be justified before the people. As the late Father Joaquin Bernas said, impeachment is about what is best for the country. Hindi lang ito tanong ng kung ano ang nasa batas. Ito rin ay tanong ng kapakanan ng bayan. Consider the ground of betrayal of public trust. What does it mean? Can it be reduced to a single act? A measurable threshold? Or is it something more? Something felt as much as it is proven? Paano mo susukatin ang pagtataksil sa tiwala? Sa bilang ba ng ebidensya o sa bigat ng paglabag? We are confronted with serious allegations, threats against the President, accumulation of ill-gotten wealth, SAL-N violations, misuse of confidential funds, disregard of safeguards for transparency, and defiance of constitutional process. These are not trivial matters. They go to the very heart of public trust. May mga kasalanang hindi kailangang ipaliwanag, ramdam agad ng taong bayan. The truth is, betrayal of public trust resists rigid definition. And if the standard is not mechanical, neither can the threshold to examine it be mechanical. Kung ang batayan ay may bahid ng moralidad, ang paghusga ay hindi maiiwasan dumaan sa konsensya. Conscience becomes our guide, not as a substitute for evidence, but as its interpreter. Evidence tells us what happened. Conscience tells us what it means. Ang batas ang nagbibigay ng balangkas. Ang konsensya ang magbibigay ng kahulugan. Therefore, to determine probable cause is to listen, to weigh, and to decide, not by rigid formulas alone, but by what is just and right for the Filipino people. Ngunit malinaw sa atin, ang araw na ito ay simula pa lamang. Sa mga darating na linggo, sa mga susunod na pagdinig, hihimayin natin ang mga aligasyon isa-isa. Susuriin ang bawat ebidensya. Magtatawag tayo ng mga testigo. Pakikinggan ang bawat argumento at titimbangin ang depensa. Today is just the beginning of a process that demands patience, discipline, and vigilance. At sa prosesong ito, sisikapin nating maging tapat, hindi lamang sa batas, kundi sa sambayanang Pilipino. And in the search for probable cause, let us remember that what we are conducting here is merely investigative in nature, where the question is not guilt, but whether there is sufficient basis to proceed to trial in the Senate. At this stage, in this committee, there is no deprivation. No one is being removed from office here. No one is being disqualified. No final judgment is being rendered. Those consequences, if they are to come at all, arise only in the Senate, where the trial is held, where the evidence is fully ventilated, and where the full measure of due process applies.